The third party whispered, "They'll never love you the way they claim to love me." But deep down, it was envy burning through every word. Out of jealousy, they told your person, "Your lover is untrustworthy," when in truth, they were only terrified of losing their grip. They confessed to your person, "That one doesn't deserve you." But what they truly meant was, "I can't stand seeing you choose them over me." In their jealousy, they said, "They're pretending with you," but the only pretense is their smile, masking the fear of being replaced. They admitted, "You'll regret being with them," when in fact, the only regret lingering is theirs for never being enough. The third party muttered, "They're dangerous for your heart." Yet the only danger lies in the poison of their jealousy. They told your person that love will end in tears, though secretly they cried the hardest, knowing your bond is unbreakable. They insisted, "You're blinded by them," but jealousy has blinded them more than any love ever could. They whispered, "That one's not real," but reality is, they're the one wearing a mask. They confessed, "You'll see their true colors soon," not realizing their own colors of envy were already exposed. Out of fear, they said, "That person is only using you," but truth is, they only wanted to use your person's love for themselves. They cried, "Don't trust them," while every syllable was drenched in the bitterness of being unwanted. In jealousy, they told your person, "You deserve better," but what they meant was, "You deserve me instead." They declared, "That relationship will never last," hoping their words could break what their hands never built. They told your person, "They're not who you think they are," though the only one wearing deception was them. They hissed, "That one is a liar," yet every word from their lips was spun from envy's thread. They told your person, "You're too blind to see the truth," while secretly wishing blindness could shield them from your light. They spat, "They'll betray you," when in reality, betrayal was already alive in their envious heart. They whispered, "That love will suffocate you," not realizing it was their jealousy choking them. They confessed they don't really care, though every word only revealed how much they cared about losing. In envy, they said, "You're making a mistake," but the only mistake was believing their lies. They declared, "That one is manipulative," while twisting their own stories in the shadows. They cried, "You'll regret choosing them," but the only regret they know is never being chosen. They said, "You're falling too fast," but it's their heart falling apart at the sight of your love. They told your person, "That relationship is fragile," while secretly hoping their jealousy could shatter it. They insisted, "You don't know the truth about them," yet their tongue could never speak the truth about themselves. They sneered, "That one is a distraction," but the only distraction is their mind replaying the fact you were chosen. They whispered, "Your love is dangerous," not realizing it's their jealousy that burns like fire. They told your person, "You're under a spell," because it's easier than admitting your love is magic. They muttered, "That one doesn't really love you," but their jealousy screamed louder than their lies. They said, "They'll hurt you someday," but their jealousy is the wound cutting deepest. They confessed, "You'll see their flaws soon," though the only flaw visible was their envy. They told your person, "That relationship is doomed," because in their mind, hope died when you arrived. They spat, "You don't belong with them," but secretly wished you'd disappear. They cried, "That love will ruin you," while jealousy was already ruining them. They said, "They're playing with your heart," but it was their envy that played the cruelest game. They declared, "That one is fake," though jealousy was the fakest mask in the room. They whispered, "You're blinded by passion," but jealousy was the fire burning their sight. They told your person, "You can't trust them," while hiding the fact they couldn't trust themselves. They muttered, "They're not who you think," yet jealousy revealed exactly who they were. They cried, "That one will ruin your peace," though their jealousy already destroyed their own. They spat, "You're making a fool of yourself," but envy made the biggest fool out of them. They said, "That relationship is an illusion," but jealousy was the biggest lie of all. They confessed, "They're hiding something," while concealing the darkness in their own heart. They whispered, "That love won't last forever," but envy doesn't last either. It just destroys while it burns. They muttered, "That one is dangerous," because your love threatened their fragile world. They said, "You'll regret loving them," but envy is the regret that eats them alive. They told your person, "That one is just playing games," but jealousy was the only game being played. They whispered, "You'll see their betrayal soon," though the only betrayal present was the venom in their own heart. They spat, "They're not genuine," while jealousy made every word of theirs fake. They muttered, "That love is dangerous to your future," but envy was the storm threatening everything. They told your person, "They're only after what you have," when the truth was, they were after what you feel. They hissed, "That one will never understand you," though your soul already proved them wrong. They cried, "They're a distraction from your destiny," but envy is the only thing leading anyone astray. They whispered, "You'll be hurt beyond repair," but it was their jealousy hoping to cause that pain. They declared, "That love is too intense. It will burn you," yet their envy burned hotter than passion ever could. They said, "You're being deceived," though their own words were dripping with deceit. They muttered, "That one is selfish," though jealousy is the purest form of selfishness. They told your person they're not worth the fight because secretly they knew they could never win. They whispered, "That one is unstable," while envy made them the most unstable of all. They spat, "You're being fooled," but every jealous breath was a fool's confession. They said, "You'll never find peace with them," but it was their jealousy disturbing the peace. They declared, "They don't value you," when the truth is, no one valued your person less than them. They muttered, "That love is dangerous, but jealousy is the sharpest blade." They cried, "You'll regret investing in them," while regret already gnawed at their jealous soul. They whispered, "That one is only temporary," because they feared your permanence. They said, "You don't know them deeply," but jealousy has never known the depth of love. They hissed, "They'll abandon you someday," though it was their envy already abandoning them. They muttered, "That one is a burden," while their jealousy weighed the heaviest. They told your person, "They'll never fight for you," though your love has already survived battles envy can't touch. They spat, "You're blinded by infatuation," but jealousy blinded them worse than love ever could. They cried, "That one is reckless," though envy is the wildest storm of all. They whispered, "You're wasting your time," when really they were wasting theirs by watching. They muttered, "They're not loyal," but jealousy betrays loyalty more than any heart. They told your person that love is an illusion because they couldn't handle reality. They hissed, "You're only being used," though their envy tried using lies as weapons. They declared, "They'll hurt you like the rest," while it was their jealousy hurting them the most. They whispered, "That one has secrets," though jealousy was the darkest secret of all. They muttered, "You're under a spell," not realizing that love itself is the purest magic. They spat, "That one doesn't deserve you," but really, they just couldn't accept you deserved someone better than them. They cried, "You're making a huge mistake," though their jealousy was the mistake screaming loudest. They whispered that love is unhealthy, not realizing their envy was the true poison. They said, "They'll disappoint you," though their jealousy was already disappointing. They muttered, "That one is unreliable." But jealousy is the most unstable foundation of all. They hissed, "You'll regret choosing them," but their jealousy is regret already carved into their soul. They told your person they're not your soulmate because they couldn't handle the truth. You are. They spat, "That one is dangerous for your happiness," though their jealousy was happiness's true enemy. They whispered, "You're too blinded to see the truth." But envy made them blind first. They cried, "That one is manipulative," though their jealousy manipulated every word they spoke. They declared, "There'll never be enough for you," but it was envy reminding them they were never enough. They muttered, "That love will end badly, yet only jealousy ends in ruins." They hissed, "You'll regret this decision," though their bitterness was regret embodied. They whispered, "That one is fake." But their jealousy was the biggest lie in the room. They spat, "You're delusional," while envy created their own illusions. They told your person that love is dangerous, but envy is the flame burning hotter. They muttered, "They don't really care," yet every jealous word revealed how much they cared about losing. They whispered, "That one will break you," though jealousy already shattered their spirit. They spat, "You're foolish," but jealousy is the greatest foolishness. They said, "That relationship is doomed," because secretly they prayed it would be.